Today, we're diving into a nation that's absolutely defined by superlatives. We're talking a country of incredible heights, huge landscapes, and a really rich, complex history. So let's get right into what makes Pakistan so unique.
Okay, so I want to start with a little question for you. Think about some of the world's most incredible feats of nature and engineering. What single country could possibly be home to the highest paved international road, the largest earth-filled dam, and one of the oldest salt mines on the planet?
You got it. The Conjura Pass, the Tarbela Dam, and the Heaver Salt Mine. They're all located within the borders of Pakistan. And believe me, that's just scratching the surface.
To really understand Pakistan, you have to start with its foundation, the land itself. And the geography here, well, it's a story of pure scale and diversity.
So let's talk numbers for a second. We're looking at over 880,000 square kilometers. To put that in perspective for you, that's a massive country. It's larger than France and the UK put together. And this huge area is divided into these vast provinces. I mean, just look at the province of Balochistan. It's absolutely immense. It makes up a giant chunk of the country's total landmass and is bigger than many countries in Europe.
But here's the thing, Pakistan's geography isn't just about being wide, it's also incredibly vertical. It's home to some of the world's most serious mountains, including the second highest peak on the entire planet.
Yeah, we're talking about K2, which just towers over everything at a mind-boggling 8,611 meters. It's a truly awesome sight.
And you know, because of its extreme difficulty, mountaineers have given K2 a pretty serious nickname, the Savage Mountain. That really tells you something about its raw, untamed nature.
So you've got these high peaks, but it's also a land of crazy temperature swings. On one hand, you've got Jacobabad, which has recorded some of the highest temperatures in the world. And then on the other, you have the town of Skardu, which is known for its brutally cold winters.
But hey, it's not all just harsh extremes. The province of Punjab is famously known as the Land of Five Rivers. You've got the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, and Beas all flowing through this region, which creates this incredibly fertile agricultural heartland. Okay, so from the physical land, let's now turn to the nation's blueprint, its governmental and constitutional framework. The country's legal journey is actually pretty fascinating. Pakistan has had 3 different constitutions since its independence. The first one was back in 1956, then another one in 1962, and the third and current constitution was put in place in 1973.
Now, that 1973 constitution set up what's called a bicameral legislature, which is really just a 2-house parliament. It's made up of the National Assembly, which is the lower house, where members get elected for 5-year terms, and the Senate, the upper house, where members serve for 6 years. So, we've covered the land and the law. But what about the people who actually call Pakistan home? This next part is all about the nation's incredible cultural and linguistic diversity. Wow, this chart gives you a perfect snapshot of the country's linguistic landscape. I mean, while Punjabi is the most widely spoken, you've got this rich mix of Pashto, Sindhi, Saraiki, and so many others like Baluchi and Urdu. It makes Pakistan a true linguistic melting pot. But even with all this diversity, there are some powerful symbols that really unite the nation. Urdu is the official national language, field hockey is the national game, the absolutely majestic markhor is the national animal, and the great philosopher Allama Iqbal is honored as the national poet. And this national identity, it's woven into the fabric of everyday life. You see it on the money, like the iconic Faisal Mosque, which is right there on the 5,000 rupee note. The whole country is also dotted with historic forts and revered shrines, and each one tells a little piece of the nation's long and complex story. And that brings us to our final rapid-fire section. We started with some records, and now we're going to look at a few more of Pakistan's incredible firsts and superlatives. Ready? Let's start with a major historical milestone. Pakistan was the first ever modern Muslim-majority country to elect a woman as its leader. Think about that for a second. Her name was Benazir Bhutto. She was elected prime minister way back in 1988, which was a landmark moment not just for the country, but really for the entire world. Okay, let's jump from politics back to geography. We've talked about the highest mountains, but where do you think you'd find the highest battlefield on Earth? That incredible distinction belongs to the Siachen Glacier. It's up in the Karakoram Range, and its extreme altitude and just brutal conditions make it one of the most challenging military posts in the world.
All right, and for our final fact, let's talk about national heroes. Pakistan's highest military honor is the Nishan-e-Hyder, and its youngest ever recipient was a figure of just unbelievable bravery. That was Pilot Officer Rashid Minhas. He was posthumously awarded the medal for his incredible courage, and he's become this enduring symbol of sacrifice and patriotism.
So from towering peaks and vast landscapes to its rich culture and history of breaking records, Pakistan is truly a nation of extremes and superlatives. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? In a country that's already achieved so much, what record will it break next?